Peaky Blinders is a period drama set in the 20th century in Birmingham, England. The story follows a gangster family as they rise to power and exact vengeance on those who have wronged them. The life of a gangster is not easy. Aside from the stereotype that they are the bane of society, their lives are constantly jeopardized. In the series, Tommy tried everything he could to be the best gang boss in town, which resulted in his wife's death. This turning point taught him that you can't have everything you want in life. You'll never be happy without your loved ones, no matter how powerful or wealthy you are. Over the course of 6 seasons, viewers have been treated to some fantastic, complex characters and storylines, as well as some incredibly memorable quotes. Many Peaky Blinders quotes will never be forgotten by fans, ranging from emotional declarations to hilarious quips from the show's violent and troubled characters. 10. My suits are on the house, or the house burns down, Tommy Shelby. Peaky Blinders quotes are often just memorable one-liners that highlight Tommy Shelby's badassery as well as the influence and the power he wields with the rest of the Birmingham Razor Gang. This is one of them. Lines like these, which are basically spitting in the face of criticism, become instantly memorable when delivered by Cillian Murphy, whose performances as Tommy are always incredible. They could buy suits if they needed to, they have the money, but they don't. Number 9. If you make the wrong choice, you won't see 1144, Tommy Shelby. Cillian Murphy delivers this line by Tommy brilliantly. Tommy visits a man who may have information that he requires in Series 3, Episode 3. The man is afraid to tell Tommy because he'll be killed if he does until Tommy reminds him that the Peaky Blinders also kill people who don't help them. Tommy reminds the man that he might be afraid of Section D or the Peaky Blinders at exactly 1143 in the future. This "you won't see 1144" quote follows immediately, perfectly illustrating his point to the man. Number 8. No matter what it takes, no matter how many lies I have to tell, I will take revenge on Tommy Shelby, Michael Shelby. Despite Tommy giving Michael a lot of power and position within the Shelby company, tension between the characters had been building for a couple of seasons, most notably when Michael failed to warn Tommy of a double-cross that would have resulted in his death. This conflict was expanded upon in Series 5, with Michael attempting to depose Tommy as family head. In Series 6, the Shelbys were openly at odds, plotting and lying to try to kill each other. Michael says this in the first episode of the series, indicating that he will be one of the series' villains. Number 7. Whiskey's good proofing water. Tells you who's real and who isn't. Tommy Shelby. This statement from Tommy Shelby himself is without a doubt true. He employs this booze-induced trick to ascertain the truth behind the intentions of others, particularly his adversaries. Alcohol, particularly whiskey, has a tendency to loosen the inhibitions and lips of those you need to see for who they truly are. Tommy understands this better than anyone else. Number 6. This place is under new management by order of the Peaky Blinders. Arthur Shelby. When the Peaky Blinders decided to leave Birmingham, they ended up in London, right in the middle of the big-time action and in the middle of various feuds like Sabini and Solomon's. The Peaky Blinders stake their claim by taking over a bar, and it's at this point that one of the show's most iconic lines is born, as Arthur announces that the Peaky Blinders have not only arrived in London, but are taking over. Number 5. May you be in heaven a full half hour before the devil knows you're dead. Grace Shelby. Grace Shelby's line is a clever saying that it's meant as both as a compliment and an insult. She's saying that the person will go to hell, but she likes them enough that they should spend some time in heaven before going to hell. It's based on faith, but it's a light-hearted compliment that reflects Peaky Blinders' dark humor. During Series 3, Grace says this to Tommy, but it actually comes from an old Irish drinking toast. Number 4. It's not a good idea to look at Tommy Shelby the wrong way. Tommy Shelby. In Series 1, Tommy says this to Grace late at night while she's working as a barmaid at the Garrison Hub, which serves as the gang's hideout. Grace is investigating Tommy as a secret agent, which she expects adding a sinister undertone to the line. Tommy has proven to be the most measured of them, John and Arthur, but he has also proven to be physically as capable, if not more so than them. While he prefers to use his brain over his brawn, the majority of the time, he responds to any disrespect with brute force. Number 3. Fast women and slow horses will ruin your life. Arthur Shelby. When Arthur learns that Tommy is interested in Grace, he gives Tommy some advice. He suggests that he remain single and concentrate on obtaining the best horses for the races, a sport in which the Shelby family has made significant investments. Tommy has never been known to value Arthur's opinion because he doesn't regard him as a wise, but he does heed his advice about the horses. Tommy ignores the one about women as he falls even deeper in love with Grace. His decision comes back to bite him when Grace, who's working undercover for the Royal Irish Constabulary, reveals where the government weapons are hidden. Number 2, he'll wake up. Granted, he won't have any teeth left, but he'll be a wiser man for it. ALFIE Solomons. This quote by ALFIE Solomons encapsulates his dry wit mixed with sinister undertones. In the 3rd episode of Peaky Blinders' 2nd series, ALFIE says this line. This line, which refers to someone who was beaten black and blue by the Blinders gang, demonstrates how violence has become normalized in the British criminal underworld. This type of dialogue is common in ALFIE, and it's part of the character's overall charm that has elevated him to one of the best characters on the show. Number 1. Good taste is for people who can't afford sapphires. Tommy Shelby. Tommy Shelby and the Peaky Blinders as a whole are wealthy by the start of the 3rd season. They don't need anything, and Tommy ensures that his wife Grace has everything that she deserves. This includes massive sapphires, a moment in episode that demonstrates how the two could be soulmates. When he receives them as payment from the Russians, he transforms one of them into a stunning necklace for her to wear to their charity event. When he responds with this one-liner, she remarks that it would probably not be appropriate to wear to a charity event. Who needs good taste when you have a piece of jewelry like that? Did these quotes make you realize how difficult survival can be in the life of a gang? Peaky Blinders is a crime drama about the various gangs that sprang up in the aftermath of World War I. Peaky Blinders, a gang led by Thomas Shelby, a ruthless and ambitious man, is one of them. Despite his humble beginnings, Thomas Shelby works tirelessly to make his gang the best in town. Despite the fact that he's only an adopted son, he demonstrates that he deserves to be a part of the family. Through this, he teaches the audience one of the series' main lessons. Hard work and dedication are required to reach the top. Peaky Blinders has a lot of lessons to teach despite the violence depicted. One of these lessons is that we cannot always get what we want and that it's sometimes preferable to be satisfied with what we have. Keep in mind that some things have a high cost that we may not be willing to pay. The Peaky Blinders are a family, not just a society. Tommy's ultimate sacrifices for Arthur, his brother who fought alongside him during the war when the world rose above his head and suicide came calling many times, and the lengths he would go for Ada, staying at peace with her beloved Freddie Thorne, his fiercest communist rival. Tommy demonstrated how each member of his family's serenity was as important as his own, and how their happiness meant his joy, Polly's happiness with a large house and children, John's happiness with a wife. For Tommy, it's the Peaky Blinders or nothing. Family comes first. He loses himself in the service, walking on the outskirts for their benefit. Tommy demonstrated to us that a man should go to the ocean bottom for his family. We hope this Peaky Blinders quotes collection has opened your eyes to the realities of gang life and what the characters can teach you. Remember that if you choose the path of evil, nothing good will come to you. So before acting, make sure you consider all of your options and the potential consequences. And that's all for today's video. Which of the following quotes is your favorite? Do you have any other Peaky Blinders quotes? Share them in the comments. Want to know more things about the Peaky Blinders or Thomas Shelby? Please subscribe to our channel for more such exciting content and latest updates. See you in the next one. See you.